ebremu ye ko brekuma asem asi e wo brekum eho stories on Facebook live Promise TV ntino o2 TV ne ho abetumi enyayen ahwe uko Facebook Promise Radio and afi Oyepa and Promise Sports Oyepa and Promise Sports eho na ubenya show ni bi ahwe ewo Facebook odo messages ebeba oba so ne so ma eho nte na yentumi enkenkan emfa ma make sure say efa dwumadi ayedi eho na afi messages eba no emfa nsemo a ye betwetwe eho nkomo nei na yenso yentimi mfa ya dwenche emfa o messages ne ho emfa ema ene anwumre 102.7 Promise Radio Highway Sports na yesinkonya ye de ebremu me bosesi a na amanone nsem atoaso ede amamo.
Welcome to 102.7 FM.
Promise 102.7.
Welcome to 102.7 FM. Welcome to 102.7 FM.
Promise yes, 102.7 Master Fire.
Okay, enti straight away yerem ewo amanone na kakra yensa kan aboa no ene anwumre no ye de amamo ewo dwumadie no eso Victor Moses former Premier League winner Edema Chelsea Boboko no ene wiei ena confirmation about efi Luton Town ashe se de womuni Victor Moses ewia se Victor Moses eba abesi akan ede ama Luton Town womu eboboko na eno a reporter if you Bantino as I say there Luton Town ewo championship ni mu eho na Victor Moses eko akosi akan enso ewo ho no no the free obana osan as a free player 1 year with option to extend for another year and a contract Victor Moses sign with Luton Town any kakra if free ho eba ye demamo ewo dwumadie ne so na Cristiano Ronaldo and abeka yenche oni Rio Ferdinand de din komo ewo Ferdinand the podcast and so na nawie wo mo din sama wodo Ronaldo kan no bebre esan e de aba de di kan Ronaldo say enkrofo keka ese Madrid boboko no omo ye lucky ewo UEFA Champions League ni mu no Ronaldo betimi akase sudia ese derby Madrid enye lucky ewo UCL ni mnemo Madrid the best club we say or see history our football no womo ene obi and o say our Bernabeu no na ora no different especially say omobo Champions League and Champions League trophies Madrid aginyina no Ronaldo say omo deserve na mo say be lucky bi ene di omachi ene nam so amomaje sa Champions League ahodo no owie no odi tudwa ese Kylian Mbappe awaba Madrid no was Mbappe ebeya dear papa was Ronaldo say Mbappe ebeya dear was the structure of a Madrid club no a solid I be boy Mbappe ama no I excel na owie no adi tudwa ese Madrid great coach and afa one more great president meboa ama bibia koye ede ama Kylian Mbappe eno yensemo Ronaldo ede tudwa na Ronaldo anu besi no ena yebusa ne se nanu down Ten Hag tokwa ma edu ba bi esake o efri bobo konti se bebre na se o man you de oni o ma wi Ronaldo say still odo edema Manchester United or say I repeat that I still love Manchester United. I wish Man United all the best until Ronaldo nkoma wakotwetwe ena yapone wo kakra ente amamo ewo dwumadie no eso uko Spain Sergio Ramos a former player at the Madrid na you see onini bra ani din edi René Ramos omo company bia ye friend Semos 32 na sa Semos 32 yi omo ye rental company omo de bia omo apartment ho eni adinti uba kromo na pe ba bia da no mama ba bi no ada no ties kakakra edi amomo na report eba eni se Madrid council no yes omo fine Sergio Ramos ne bra wom company ani din edi Semos 32 ni na say yes rental a wom bebre na no enya de a wom G license no wom say na no ada kura tourist bebrebi eba Spain Madrid kronima enkrofo ya fa ho a akomo accommodation wa bro mo Angelines na say we nu kuntuna say na omo payasa adwumadie no enti Madrid Council afine Sergio Ramos ni company omo fine omo ese omo kuta license a omo di edi omo dwuma ewo Madrid kronim ese ombe rente apartment ete ama tourist and aso be ma accommodation ete ama tourist a omo era kronim a eno so reporter efri wo eba na me ko Barcelona say enemy was Spain bebre na okọ Barca omo hierarchy no ebuafu na buafu no womu so omu ni Pini Zahavi ene ne nkrofo womu buafu omu papa na omu so omu wa na Lamasia nkwada no omu parent ni biaba esa na ye wo na Pini Zahavi nkrofo omu send messages SMS okoye trials o Lamasia na opese ye fa wo Barca just wo sign to Pini Zahavi ni agency one sign masa unya Lamasia ye mfa ti parent ni who messages no eno me so be confront Barcelona say na mo say fraka down na mo te amoye na say boys ni kra na mo form wala Lamasia no ade o mo nyina gu Pini Zahavi ni agency ansa na mo form ena Barca for so da bi ntisa na we no ye ni Pini Zahavi eni nkomo twetwe bi e chese obi ni agency a ye mfa no ema Lamasia ama Barca hierarchy no wo ma send strong warning e de ma Pini Zahavi esa woni ni agency nkrofo mo yadwuma edema no ne omo nkasa na messages omo sende edema nkwada na omo ba trials e wo Lamasia omo parents wo mo enjoy ni nyina ne se egu club no ehufi na edianim gwase ene ebre Barca wo mo club no nti Barca boa afu Pini Zahavi ene ne nkrofo nyina ne se wo mo pese nkomo dada nkwada na ho na o ma sign de ama Pini Zahavi na se omso ye be fa Barca enso no krebia enisa ensensem ni mo medaso Barcelona na former presidential candidate edema FC Barcelona Victor Font na Victor Font na di tudwa ese Frankie de Jong asat awie ya ono ema yesa confirmation nya dia Frankie de Jong obey surgery ewo ne ankle injury ni nyina ne se player ni o ma di nkomo ese ono de surgery no onye operation bi obetwen ama ne nan no healing naturally enti Victor Fonte confirm ese wa brand komo twetwe ese kosu between ono and Frankie de Jong no Frankie a confirm the amano ese nya de obey operation e ne ankle injury and also no since April and a player no epra a won sia kan emfa ema Barca wo mo eboboko na no enso kakra free wo eba edema mo ewo dwumadie ne so ukọ Chelsea me wa cho yesi Chelsea ownership no wo mo eguso a etwetwe nkomo na onim se Chelsea epese wo mo movie from Stamford Bridge and the Elscott na omukosi new stadium honoma ese ese nkomo twetwe no akọ animu na womu pese womu increase womu stadium of 42,000 capacity no mu biem ko be 70 and 80,000 ni nyina so mu gidie se ba bi a Chelsea adru no enye Stamford Bridge asem kra enti ese nkomo twetwe no eguso a ekoso a womu hwe ni mu ese ombesi stadium foforo enso Elscott eho ene bia ya Chelsea womu ekukuru stadium foforo enso edi akwae no kakra efriwo eba na Madrid and inside the Madrid eri tuja as Kylian Mbappe Cravosi wakwe oba o hadwen o timu a masa o cause problems troubles any ade e o timu na yese okọ Madrid a omo ho nyina omo ani age Mbappe ne attitude ho omo gidie se ensem o makanfa akwa hu nyina no masa bebere wo ho a omo twantro de ato ne so ni nyina ne se Mbappe krasi oba on kasa o won kasa me kasa wa ba fufu ntia ntino se de oba krokro de jon na mo de atodwa esenya de Mbappe wa finding the feet yet ewo Madrid wo mo eboboko ni mo na so finding the feet masa eja ebeba ewo Bernabeu no enya de teams ebetumi akonteni Kylian Mbappe eno storia free Madrid inside eba yedibi emamo ewo dwumadie ne so ene enwumre yegire no so na yede amano ne nsem asi ewo dwumadie no eso 102.7 Promise Radio Promise Radio Facebook Oyepa and Promise Sports Facebook show no live Promise Television Clementino the darling boy watna na konya kesi ni mo to so Eddie amai Tino
Meda say so
good evening yes
Yamiadum
good
evening Perfect skin and body therapy and I make ho asem Eddie atremo pimple ewo anim na nso e ben tattoo and akre ho any baby a obekọ medical ka chew say enyanyema ya ne buo hu bia say de binum ebu hu no enu nti fa pimple no ko na nso e ben tattoo ni akre no fa ko woso opese osleme also helps no munya bi wo de chantade a etumi afataw wafu no e wosa ye flat na asbema wo chantade a aye flat kama ni nyina no ekosi ewo boshen Abraham Junction osu eye Akwaje Park takrade ye Koketen Junction Episode Lodge Hotel 0553 312911 OP War Pipes mamenka ncho se designs no papa nti enyenwanwa se ade chia ade sen enkrofo empa ho de biara eda wo to ache no akọhwe 3D wallpapers no diaba bedside lamps, ring lights, blank curtains, plastic wardrobes, center carpets, air diffusers, flowers, wall clocks, water fountain, that game ni nyina no eye won san wadwum no bi eno no adum eye PZ na nakosi ageman building na mu next to Hello FM 0540 353 750 kronom de uduru ho a eye barrier opposite kronom market mu amukwa akoto amuzu garlic bitters no monsha ne so eboa ma moja no penetrate wo nipadua no mu pa nti cholesterol no atai nipadua no mu a ekofa stroke no de abakope binom na enyi saa de no mfiri ho no mo monso a ye ema obi o yare stroke ku ya acheche no ne nan san titriti emo no so ti hwan na wotumi hunu ade yie kan ade yie papa awie ne saa no na mo am hunsuo no agene monkope bi ena ho aye wodene ono mu a obetumi adana ho kama infections bia no awura tokurbo na ebi mukotinye no kope bi na enyi saa ade no emfamfiri ho Missy Heba Dani Heba Apidang KNG Yekom Rom Kolinak Ashtown PFA Tafo Okashi Drag Lane ehonso obeko onomo na wahena nabuache Hellos Heba 0247 776743 na nonso watumi abo modern abo awura ho amanyema atumi aye kama ewo enonso eho na ohwene saade a na chese enei wabo modern ehunu sade nhyepo no so no esi koso ewo bosheba electricals tinye na menka wo se chandelier corner light wall light ceiling light gate light ni nyina no ebi ewo ho hwehwemu chese firudo no a ehye no eye cables no a ayemre no tibomodin na koho na afi kokopebi ema nyema ntumi nya kama sese die solar fan etumi aba wo enjoy ne light no at the same time you doom light na wo de awia de a charge na afi ama nyema etumi aye kama tie kwa dum PZ opposite KJT market Boshaba building prison one about adum PZ anti-attack kofo ne dan mu na wa freza 0322 030838 0536 095966 na nonso watumi akoho amanyema etumi aye kama nti yemra na yemeto aso emfa emfiri ho yedi ka chawo se ene ensemu a etumi atodwa no yeba na yabedi ho enkomo we no eye former youth and sports minister Elvis Free Ankra honorable ena akan sembebre ewo today sports na didinka no se sabre no so players echusu sika over on national team jersey so obehye ne de anyanwanwa se abomodin ama enei players nyina ahwehwe obi a wonhu no na yahwe se yebesan enya de to so esi be so betima bo ama me na yento aso mfro why be hwe se ene na emehwe ne se yensa betumi aka na bebo maye na yentie Elvis Afriye Ankra on ensamua wode atudwa de din kan no na maka de ahyerewo no de etoso minu enso wose Esipon Sports Stadium hese asene mfaso de no ewo fam enti adan na sese baba yara no ayi da so no buhuna na de ayi event ye bewie no na chese asai enti adan ne yemfa no nya event center na ye nyamfaso emfa infri so yefri ho a na yaba abehwe Club Licensing Board Department ese de yetie no eno no Golden City Park. Yes, we hwe ne tibia mu a enye baby a wo se ye ma players kojina ebobo say ye no kre say ye no kre ibewuram na ya che no kre no e de amaw esco no eguso dwendwene ho na we ni yese o se yesimu ntam san so hwe matches me no ayabo no a ni da so nim nti hwe be October ye ba akosi apie Sudan also mu hyehyia na afi mo hwe nhyehyɛ ya ye beye na ye de akle sa game no e de afri ho na ya ba behwe Samates Insuatraman weekend yi ejina akono Champions League any confederation into one games no against Kotoko ye bebo modin na penfo etumi ashado yentie Elvis Afriye Ankra nensama odi to dwa on today's post na ye ba Kofiza Kitu seated Danger Man Bafo seated.
Welcome to 102.7 FM.
Zaka kwaba.
Tino, just be fine.
Boko there.
Oh, I'm be fine.
Yeah. Yeni nkomo concerning and some more Elvis at the etu dwa no. Yeni ho nkomo kakra.
Tino, it's interesting. I think sir and he said a lot of things. Some that media honestly me who say I don't really agree with him with maybe an ordinary and the kind of argument that na o make, you know.
Emudi sense I'm not doors the American yem you know.
Tino. Say with issue about fairness saying players betrayal and say trying to link it to players playing politics in the team. Menya sure say nanka fairness saying if omumpemfo no moda eyina no no e play omuru very well nanka issues na kwan koduru bi koduru ya ekofa all this wila balu buy. How did they started? From day one the players position was very clear. Say they were taking nothing apart from the 100,000 FN saying US dollars. All the arrangements were done, and the ministry insisted on paying 82,000 US dollars. And see, from the meetings that normally boys now it was clear say boys no demands no there. Again, after all the agreement was done, I then scan a delay. Because if you read the white paper and in some kind in terms of who to blame and who not to blame, then to issue, you know, a letter from the ministry and for funds to be released, and then in a delay. The white paper tells us, just say, after there was not agreement for any time to be paid. After the you could trust high level in terms of 100,000 to pay to the players. No. After the delay no of the payment to every buy. The problem of payment delay every year every buy. And the delay ya na ekodru Brazil. Now, when you buy a share, Tino say, and there, Memo, and then me be fear. But meto a plantain chips are bro. Tino Ponko do fear, or don't Sapanko do fee. I can't buy us. Oh, man, watching now. Me ba, me be bro. Tino, who do fee so the second days what. So, open sa akwa no. O ka say the third day we be obedi.
I don't know. E gidie na answer so Jimmy de ban say ukutwa petrol shi me fie.
Na so
we die
so on go shi fie.
Na de ba say afedi e yemfa sikamfa flight mfa mera muzak. Say aban na se enemo kan agree mpo na wantumi ana say anye krado a.
If you follow the eyini nyina edu we bi no. Na e wo se FIFA ba mu.
Oh, I know.
FIFA ba mu. Ntiba kaya way for is it Togo? Yeah, is it Togo so
might be
Togo had the same issue with Ghana. You understand? Togo had the same issue with Ghana. And could do so because of how I share my and ebedu we bi no FIFA sika bian it goes through the FA. And if FIFA came in that they were going to pay the money. Next can have about GF for account. So you understand? FIFA they don't pay to any individual or government. They pay to the association. And FIFA buy more so much no. So be the money was supposed to still be paid into the FA's account. And also walk off another issue about Tino say Chroma say I think the only language we understand is
demonstration.
I bet so clear and painful no. That is the only language I understand. Obey na. Because see, if you read the white paper, no, say them Chroma say white paper I better more of as a useless because most of the things that was said and as a captured inside. And also you know, if we were a serious country, white paper no, everyone going there. I know better interviews how he was implicated in the white paper. The things that was said about him. But Katano, you come you be boka aye bibie wie so we am fancy anyman enye dwuma nsi na kobra ne wo yatumi na onam egant interviews na or cancer meanwhile ono no nka ye sak kata na be adwuma nko no onya no pon kasa bi eti muna men e impono you enjoying muna you know work up we go there because of the players I want to bobo me work up no ne kakra say the mano na de bia ABC the stories ebeba eba na de bia stories and they know say okobosa apotuka mati ni wia na obia kon bebia the story will be different and the time of bebia time of obetu skania mo. So they took advantage of the state to collect what was due them. You can make any argument that person will be but truth of the matter is that and she said no Ghana buy this also in this so Ghana buy in this so I'm surprised I am you to where I say Matraya me no be am go share you because if you read the documents quite first delay answer no from the bank from letter to ministry from one so endorse it for one say I don't call bank the issuance of the money just say how nipa kobane tina say someone should do someone should do see ye dey no oju want us how it was delayed. Now was captured in the white paper say any question case sir eti for the sikane some dey if you read the white paper you hear na ba ni nyina say Ghana ban na edi for how do you go and blame the players here
nti wo confuse Aketo woni fonsudie bia players ni at that time
o be ma yem fonso bia
okay
o ma yem fonso bia
to the sense vice president then time be mu a ni nyina o mantie
Rabina and I say if you read the process I say if
because them say sabe na mo genuine case but omo boy emi ma any da so ba say omo de emu wi a se Canada ni a ebeba ni nyina no mantie ase
na edika bo minim
and na hu politics was ade no
ni edika bo minim twice na mbae
enu ye he
ono mo dikan am promises twice na mbae you understand and for anybody to bring in politics here no anybody na assembly say kra o how does it this affects to politics because one players no onyo mo ekwe minutes bia for money to be released players onyo mo catch ever say omun delay in issuing letters for the money to be paid players no onyo mo call bank o e ka say scan mo muntua players no o man ko o man panyin ho e no mako vice president ho eti tino me pa cho
tizak wo nhwehwe mu no den time awe ana na ewie no den na di delay ne ba enti obi ntimi nka zak medu sika bi broma delay ma nti e ba e wo so jade wo ye ma ne pa kono uja to
delay no it depend on the delay and tino nshame no why you understand
obatu no mind all right but e wo sika e due to you nti whether ne ya won sabe kan nti delay a onya adwuma na so ye ma me
yo sika bi are dey o
oh say
now it was kept behind here you understand if agreement is that ABC near be ni akọ till about first match about second match na mbaya there will be agitations especially when promises were made. You remember what one of the interviews this guy Kevin we boy know Germany. This Germany boy. Prince Boateng.
Kevin Prince Boateng.
One of the interviews that he or grant here with I think is it Germany or London? I don't know or grant here. Giving in the see the meetings on Koye. Yeah, she say catch up his candidates. Anyone Tino, who say the ama and some wa a cofa poem as a Tino Medoka. Oh, Tino ne minibi ebia mama one man time any Tino me share wa Tino Robi skanu keke o sisi ya or the first step abasisi ya Tino me sra o me ka asem ti o skanu kuta keke or the first step abawoni
keke nipa no de ba bi kura keke bu ahwe
no mu ahwe so e yes keke ndabo
yo fe lo so ka o
keke so ordinamo o mu ahwe
because this is how we for keke grant na kwasa lo we say e be so to you know
so I think say based on the enyimasi nya no clearly says seriously there is the government of Ghana and to nyama yi and go for assassin ya ba etino my biggest challenge is attributing it to politics. What's that time no? The leaders of the team. If I said Asamoah was a captain then.
Yeah, of course.
And who was a vice captain? 2014. Asamoah was a captain. Oh, 2014 I was a vice captain. Let me try and get because if you look at the squad that go 2014 no now share all the guys around the team now I wanna bringing in the politics they did it because we're party A party B it doesn't really make good sense to me say you bring in party politics A B not all party A or party B and untina or yeah, the how do you justify this, Tino? How do you justify this logic from the former sports minister? Because if the money, boys now, many so say all these stories, all these happenings, you know, nanka ABC for you to even think say ABCD party being team party, and yet before saying before I go 2014, near I got 2012 AFCON, and 20 say about 2012 2013 like because of ne changing about all the you know, it was 2012 and 2013. Was the same NDC and the Ghana AFCON with the same players. But suddenly busy all. The same guys, and I'm call fencing AFCON in 2012, 2013. At twice or you call 2012, 2013, and I call 2014 World Cup.
2014 my Christian.
14 as much I was the captain.
My deputy.
Deputy, my Christian. 2014. I doubt because no my case mono. No, as a move fade out from the teams how. I think it can be so. It can be so. Because it's a normal free team anymore. That's it.
Because if free as I'm also still appears on the bar.
Jano.
There be John Mensa.
John Mensa. And from John Mensa, he said that Sudan Jam Mokunda could be as a Jano. And from a Saint-Germain they are you. So, Tino, I think that clearly just that it was a managerial problem. The problem in Yan was from Ghana government. Yan to 2 years because if the money was paid earlier, they wouldn't be this about doing training and all those annoyance now. At least deciding was at the man Ghana. And I think we should just try say so don't kwana on your opportunity he tries to bring this
say odi ho ya o kai on me pese ma jatum so wonyi ni so ma anyam fon so but to the sense say players at this stage na want to make us sense ma scanner ma nyemmo e ma de tu ye de tu ne binsi ball ma ba ko sem da o jack nti wa hu fon so de bia o players no
na you know you see say wanya
ki nka munwie na mo fa to o mem ne nka say ya mfa scanner nya den ma mo bia ma asem nya den
na you see yes I say nim o man ye free mu no kroma ye free say no why ye no. That is where you know the real character of who bibini so ban pa why we no wa consider say oh dey let me ye fa bia anton che na ye nyem wie ye gini di say obeden he will do the honorable thing Tino honorable bibini so ban eti yes you can have your disappointment about the players and whatever thing but Tino the genesis and the cover buy and I see if you read the report it was so clear say government officials, those who are in charge of making sure that Hanyama and Bissino and the annual Munyama ye. At a point in time, he Elvis' names was mentioned in terms of how he delayed in just issuing a letter. Tino Shadio, a letter keke, national office, issue. Or Cheya Matam Nepal.
Zago be Chebi Biu and Nebi Bisu Moon.
So who do them blame?
Because they say Mudi in Ego, no sooner swinging and any. I
say, I wanted who you say, Umpono, not sell letter case or chompo 1 letter. No. Then a call Bank of Ghana in Sembebre now call to the presidency in Sembebre and to share the genesis and Nipa Bebre road they played in the money not Chayan found quantama. Tino, you a big thing.
How many men are my best
friend? Why is no? Yeah, we had the best game in terms of one of the games around say World Cup FIFA Germany. Ghana Germany. Say the enjoy boka. Ana meboa.
Sabe no mo ko ska no asem
ni. No, no ma complaining.
Basa no munya dey see no.
Sabe say no ma complain am ya twa mo twice. But they want to play the ball. Say match the ball say 2-2. But see now they were fighting for their money. Now even against Portugal here. The reason why o say na asem no. O fa anye Portugal boy. until say fans say born boy ya sha sa. Like it was a game that you see the boys, but for one of those things I see on football. Our Portugal back ebe win this game no elinya qualification no. Eti me just was say it was something that like I say planned politically. That is my problem. Go how where do we have politics? Who the one you adwuma yie? Who the one you adwuma yie? Okay. You understand? One you adwuma yie. One you na asemesia. Now you are run away from your part of the problem. And you have politics.
Remember the use of it for event center. Remember and also, but don't just say BBS. Na who say was saying and say you put danger number. Abo.
Over.
Then I see.
Over. Zaki nkomo na mi da na kabinye bia medie ne.
Fa ho brands na intensive.
Me fa ho kakra.
Da bi fa ho de na bra.
Ofa, esem na pepe ba na ehu.
Sa.
Ehu.
Nya dada Matthew ya.
Minim say wait my friend is but say esidia so ho na aye bibi kakra aye bibi foforo na aye sonko because emre na ye wo mu no you don't expect say ubeti sansi mu na say no man be happen but me ne wo kasa sesi yi coach Watara apamo makarampedu efi house folk team no
na na me bawo based on the okay ba na mpanifo atra so cover nya ne biri na etiru wo togwa omka se boy no so yare o se den na cry and ono ne performance nko no guso pampam
yes
me nka se players nya indiscipline but onwene ho se next match wa wini mpanifo be pam no pampam wo so ayede
there was a near bros between Makarampedu and Watara before kick off our dressing room.
Kick off first game Yamakolusi
Sunday. Miss James come pe danger
my
more than dangerous and no as my you can continue my as Edding has a folk is not in good state.
Okay, first game against Basake
no consider na house bobo na e penada o nti ofa ni na otwe o ma na ye tintin dodo
e cartona bro
near bros as a players bam you best sani mu
reason near Fananka squad who no bofu ana
for the first time Zaki to bra men kwachi na bra Zaki to bra una bo no wabo a wo so abo akodu ba bia ye de eni ho no ma ye mo nkodu ho bie enti no indictment is o se wabo akodu ba bia ye mo nkodu
o se kase bo wo no wabo akodu be kase wo se a
na me ni ho
okay and there no
na me ni ho
da wabo
okay wo se wabo akodu ba bia
wo se na menti ase kase bo wo no wabo akodu be bi se
ayo sikwo ya mo ma be di abra na me ni ho no ma ofa Zaki to mcheche mu nchen say coach o kwaye o baba matcha dressing room na o peke wala first 18 House of Folk against Basake coach Watara picking 18 or dressing room obia every player be stadium
no be every dressing room
and I speak as we no kwan the danger in House of Folk is dangerous.
Last training, so the coach announced so place echo camp.
On an such a moon now training grounds.
Women echo camp because camp no. The things because they camp no. Omodu kwa camp send be ya bounding and empire bomber bozo. As the camp na ye kwa obi empie no the fimpa be den. Abe better team no want no e bia last year from camp 2 say players are omunya wo the same camper apartment ye team be announce no my team makofie no na ya ba ho aba na team manager
dem ho
aba the list aba so when mu na camp na you understand but me hu bi da say dressing room ende de me hu bi da say the ba fo eken
some of them wo resources house mu of how make say okay say no me can say opare ni sofu bi e di shemu e was stadium hono mo dressing room nanim ho because supporters ni bi di sofu ne ko say onko bompa ye e matim no
supporters no so say the weekends e sanete a so for be share hu dada no ma twen ya kopem ana so for ne ka se o mu bobo no mo nkoye me ntimi nya dada
me ofa de esi na me tia
me to asepa
we do okay dey say me no
do mu it might be good but mu twen ya to say that day no
of course
okay bia na sa na chiro
eno si wie ye no na sa fight we esu ye
after suppose no koye
wie ye no second fight ne ye player versus coach
what's the dressing room
etina me obeda ye management member Zakito so abo
is ethically wrong. One, say away match their last training because I did chia.
Na mo beko.
Omo be ban ni mom baby oba the oba siame akodada. Nti squad match day squad day. Just like Zakito was saying, away match last training. Ni asan announce say it be at this time. Ti be akotoko yes 12 o'clock bus nisi babayara. Ye nyina aye ko. To by 12 the most players na start ba. Nti wa wo free eho eko fie no unim dada. Se wo ko. Eze kotoko players no efie ho sei. Ombe ye ofie ho. Na yakwa camp no. Anopa ya technical meeting. Abobo line up. Anopa 10 o'clock. Normally 10 when do breakfast every. Enti first one is squad. Second one anopa enti nipa no o free fie o free camp. Eba stadium on him so start here na so the bench. Ti refer na anopa technical meeting. Yes, ebi a training am during the week no. Coach to me training such a way so where are the likely 11?
And as a man says for crowd right to make it.
Yes. But you could do camper and opa or say no attract or far board. No bobo, we never da, we never have, we never have, we more bench.
To bench we are more among count there so what on was into
there be among count among back camp bio.
Oh maybe crowd whatever was onim dada.
Oh no last training no. Oh to one back camp obi. But if you dey ba be kan ofie ho. Na no pa na technical meeting. Ni aka omo starting a kire mo.
Okay.
Nti two process.
Yeah.
So if one Watara am born a match day squad na nche players no and sign omoba stadium ho and ukra issue.
Ba for boy no na bufu ne se wa anya sa de
na sign na uwie a dressing one na also be ball lineup.
Ba for Michael bufu nyina no.
Da bi nya no Michael dey go see we dey mama we no.
Matthias.
After me be Michael so. Enti after that no ana okache Michael say onko fie. Na onko hwe no ho yare na ne ho nto no. O kai say sometime last week na me be kan say omko Togo no. Okache Michael say malaria achi nti omra fie. Ana Michael so aba. Ana Michael be fie ye no osan mpanifo man ne san call ye.
Call back, yeah.
Ana mpanifo no busa Michael say ah no oso ndo onim say onyare. Sorry, mpanifo on kan won ko no ha. Oh yeah, ono ka so won ko no. Ampa makai. Ona mo ka so won ko back so won ko no. Now coach ni say onko fie. Sisi ya me no ka say de. Coach ni say oh he Michael sa oh he no say first na ye nkra brem. Ye tire krase. Over one tire krase.
No problem because doctor
say pass on kwa ye fi wani ase say.
Debut.
So unse una na fi wani ase. So he say bu na cho.
Wani ase aho ya.
Yes wani ase na.
Ko kontum ready.
He Michael ni ase sa. Ese Michael we yare kofi.
Hey coach wani no asama na because doctor say timi kire say player we enya fit.
Ento so onko he no yare kopim say no beto na Michael mpedu so yare.
Na we dey.
Regasuma ya people kobo first match important match like that for the season opener.
Me ba dressing room ya na pen has pen for no bi ni o. Ana akonya ni wo so say
and the
depend. So has who match the management will not be restricted or moved.
Yeah.
But it depend whether the head coach
okay. Okay.
Say away match there are not so
okay.
But home match there you have access to move to wherever you want to because I'm control very.
Enti CCA ejadem Nuruddin, one of the finest you can have as far as DMs is concerned or are concerned. Which is concerned. So say a plan enemy say Eddie boy ni nyade. But medics no I declare boy in fit. Boy no so a fit. Coach say onko fie. Na ohe na oyare tie no so abe issue
until they say me show
and right no crowd no na see ye e ma ono so ono no nya heated exchanges information many be peke according to my men on the grounds and he say about 8 players after a top board member we panyini has mu die watene mo che me kan mu nyina mahu say o ma resolve issue na Heart of Lions no mo nko players o me kwakobo
and yes o muntu men kan sa
asem na everybody no say esi kura wo de what one mo as 41 man manager the team to
be yan so ku jina wa nyiro ho mo na player to aka de obetima ka say o mo nkobo
won't say players nim ka say coach yempe no
ane e wo bo tia no but say yan nkobo game
na o mo kona say show na o ma akwa ankaye players to me fake injury me wait me play was me nko na was say o mo don be kono do mko na ofa o mo yes akra me de me penny say so be kwakwo je on ya be show because ebia oba nyom do makọ no bia na wetimi no wakasa na bia na omako yi omo yemabo ofa mpacho wati da me che na say and omaka che sa panyini say omam pam coach no a na de omode kan ho ye ya me de ma werɛ ho ne say omo si togo no wakọ say has si kwakwa wanko kire mu hui
omo de ne hu so a kire mu
and so mo players coach kire o ma de omo me mi kase do mo kan ye no kro
metwase
ba me report to the
na no so wan kire hu omo so ma hwe ma yadum ko ko se sika no
so no mo kase bi o ko be kire mu bi o mo ko mu se won kire mo hwe wofa nin kanfo ni nyina ne say House of Folk there's a trouble brewing between players and the coach meaning who is behind it meaning why it is so meaning say me asame able producer ono ba ne say we obetima wuram Zach no wo mo sources wo mu obedu ye nyina ntim we bi because House of Folk must be saved maybe point no many bre we nyina no say House of Folk must be saved before it become catastrophic
but there means more than believe no say anopa ye story ma yes mpanefo na no meeting mo ye no so wo muta coach na chi de wo kan nyina say no kra no matiti wo no so muta coach na chi nti ye betima sun de wo sun bi aboa but
ofa okay say anopa me be kan say all man 3 matches in fact before I entered into the studio obi catch me say 1 match bako catch me say me boanya 3-1
na che say next match e wan Lions
omo ko pando because no me source na o ka say me kire me no no a part of a meeting no
yani a top
oh yes in fact on program we said the meeting was going to take place and we are so close to the team when your board member but very very close to the team they cause team will be our name
hey jamai
of our hu no hwehwe to munyai na omunye de hia no say penifom form na si form say players nye be frɛ wo mo isi House of Folk clan leader ye hwan so o ma captain de ama coach the captain de ama sorry
goalkeeper no ba
sorry na house keeper captain si say
after
we change captains 3 or 4
sa Beshima na ka so ntumi nya no ko
and say on na jiko ma Beshima na obi wo hansa na oje me no why call sa captain why SB captain why Beshima captain why obi sa subo obi ansa o de ma asari oba opa fan come so I am the captain
the sense so why you
that's where the leadership of the club is. I mean as far as the playing body is concerned yen chuso obi akeke of yen chuso obi akeke you cannot choose anybody just for because of feelings emotions and sentiment. No, a captain is the one who is interface between the technical team and then the playing body, and sometimes input to the sense ebi kra management kra say mpato enti sa but there be o dey tell me be some no why you
so no dey about for example
say Zach said the more more closer they say
so na wo tie in between na wo dia na wa ka kire wonu anom
enti seriously speaking it is not well at House of Folk. It is not well it is not well at House of Folk, and the earlier somebody steps in the better. The earlier somebody steps in, the better. It is not well. At this stage where offer Obi Busano, where is the MD? Because at this point, before say a banisher management in a BEM say, and so the MD then is the Obi and so our town, the MD is in town. say yesu ya na afi na so ba no aba
wan su ne ono ne hye sa ne be
waba
aha nti yan kan no man ka se yesu ya za de no nim
waba say le tie bia no waba and question is nti asem we wate na coach Paul Makampadu did he even inform the MD? Is the MD aware? I'm a priest call and come a person get closer to MD but now before I interview but I'm do me wouldn't say me ban say me na
o me mame na bracket 2 be na me
ko the man danger asam no say matron din o kai say this coach why on fa so pam captain ba ko fence and o ko samatesi agbesima
Kofi Agbesima
nti na ma asam no the bafo kan nyina e be sisi so a yenya nko ehwem mpo no me dey no kore because that is how the super yana no so because Agbesima was dealing with management say me pese me ko tino ti asem you on management na deal say me pese me ko like me ba has no so me sum ni team ni are en fa me pese me ko coach oti ya o say o so o be so continue men training gambium tino what asem be da so o so be so continue don't ever come closer to our training ground wa pam no boy ne ba mo nye training boy ba me mo nye training eti it looks like say owo akoma temperament bi I say ono no ne bufu ya ne bofu but you see baby has gina no if they are not careful
Obia Sanima Debi, you say General Secretary Akaso, was the immediate dismissal of Ouattara needed to prevent was it any Sisiana, Yenia sports tag I Muzu so the paper was see one on the was immediate dismissal of coach Ouattara needed to prevent House of Folk from going to relegation. As soon as Nanya Fenia week 1. Offer!
When there is a problem between players and coaches, coach, especially when the transfer window is closed, there will be one loser and there will be one winner. The loser will be the coach, the winner will be the players because boys no, omo bro ye be show, next team no ebre. Mum video say Alata Kamene or the TG to me say more video no Ivory Coast video no okay, this is a famous Ivory Coast trip. Alaja Kambi and Honorable Vision so odoti nti you say sabaga na odoti okuta na contract no ehim so odoti baga no na the contract document na omkosa na ehye na se we no na financial ni nya na wo Alaja Kambi bag no mu say bon na ketekete nti wona na checks na na checks na ehim na nkata na besin san no na ehye so it is papa me nipa me no yi eba bonte fast say omko eche wo ba ya no anya faster team ni begu. This is a famous trip that brought
so Ouattara buy so be team ni okofa de na papa buy ma nyina anya papa
enti na say enti e so be fast men ka so wa boni o
e say muni ayibiem to mo na enko ka de
amo say already in airboard I can still doing meetings enti fast na the famous Ivory Coast trip no mpefo me nu yi e say ni mani ya mo fast no mo fa meeting bi man dey we dey yan Ghana say bremo na
well one important thing away your coach I saw the can what Juma die ho a player management
and no pa de the ma club mo the best no mo bi no
be I dru say we board no so we your coach na your ability to manage players e wo form one was because player power grow to a different level. And there are few coaches they've survived the politics of players. Recently with the coach Ogumbeka, he was able to survive the politics of players over and better. Eric Ten had a survival in some situations. On Ronaldo there,
Edinson Chokra,
but no. When you are giving them positive results, now the leadership believe in your project.
Monkasa.
omutimi e decide say players ni go mejo mamako. Into we share in Coach Ogum's case, the Kotoko leadership believes say what the kind of Kotoko abeding abeji did pen. So let's give him the backing and hope we say obetimi repeat this adiano. Till last season en koye bana our Monday mbobi a omutimi de omani eden eto so tanechi. So what check it, Eric Ten Hag first season. He had an excellent season. Oh, enti eko ye na odi third na osanje Carabao Cup no. Mpenifo say okay, what ya start say dia engira na Chinema David ya den enko. Enti there should be this kind of performance where you will be in bed with the club leadership. Diama watara nkomo na eden ne say at this moment the fan culture is not on the side. And now you're crying thing chen ayeka obunya botre because a first game no. I'm out for cry for one chen.
When you was supposed to say na bi tale chi say
me super na time was start here me catch them so me den omunya botre. E ma sa time so kai omuso anfa me one chen me. Enti ka sa abri anke nkoyi no. Go for be say watwefu am ato nkwam. Ka me ba am be kan. But I believe in the football principle. Me say there be still omunya botre man. Supporters na anfa me one chen. So at the moment, you don't have the fans on your side because of the performance of the club. And say players no so sorry. Na media no so the omanu tum say won nyaade. Not the only supporting factor the leadership of the club mpanifo ne pe. And then the aspect of the conversation ebe back. And the honestly baby say total support there. Because I know that the larger Kambis are not in good terms with Ouattara. Meaning that Kambi and Ouattara in good terms. Sir. Have you been seeing what a Kambi saying Kasabri say Kambi beba muinya what be? On Kabi. So Ouattara engineer offer in such situations you should be careful as a manager.
I say I'm the grassroots now assistant coach. The coach deals directly with the board chairman, so he careless in knock nyantechi.
I say, baby, I'm make us and me say the leadership of the clubs. Maybe he signed a good contract. But clearly,
dear Kono,
baby, Ujirano, or media over. Me, I'll say it again. Usha has team no honor. Oh, pre-season here catch them go for behind the scenes. Has and the best of transfers. Unless you if you are not following.
But Zach, Obed, when your coach are you good players wait me the IBBO.
Has players not make him over.
Somebody will be here.
I say, why did Bebiani Gold Star decide say Samuel Amofa? Time and has a sign no. Sana can be 2 weeks be. Oman chon asem oman chon manso Mauli wayo
so no yada nyina bi wa performance it could be
what about Mauli wayo
Sibaimpo
Mauli wayo baby any go stars ya ante so mo pen ya Dramani
but Mauli na mete na asem o training ayi ni there or justify you what should be
me say the initial players are not has pen Omenya no number falling on these ones.
I know they are.
Every now no me jina so akachire has a chita for say wo munya abotrova. Let me do this. Has go in for Ebenezer Alba na mfa. They went in for Francis Heart of Lions. Or Lions or one am captain. They went in for Francis Akwa Obechem United amfa. Lord Amu no ba kotokono. Speak to House of Folk for they will tell you say over Lord Amuane has for transfer a meeting. And you are not aware of that transfer. Only has for transfer a meeting and fact. Has the Kasim Razaki design. Huh? He was the first option. The second option was Ali Du Mohammed of Lagos Cities. Koko Lagos Cities. No a quote Tieska Kofa Samuel Tinedu has sent me and fa Ali Du Mohammed. Midfield, they wanted Enoch Morrison. Has no got come out boy. Morrison wish senka. Omo ye do ni wie man sign him a house. Ono kasa kran ye interview. En ka say house for ne kasa. Has anko Augustino Crano. These were the first option.
I know the son a bro coach because I recommend on that Sikasam near Dawson.
Anti players now bono. Samuel Ashikwe. And no now going na coach who said Debbie. As o Muhammad yon bebe biano e buono utie watara interview bia. Ti asem yo kan say onu di nkomo na obobu e osora onko kan kire mpanimfo. Say obi responsibility is only to report. Na so okase asem we me nko report ma panyina na chese edi ka kire say eni oba bi se mfa mba yanim dada. Se wasoma cake say cake koto we breme. Remote breme. Misika 20 series. Oko no obi bo 40 series kra on for okra dey en kan kire because oni mo budget. It means that the transfer budget of Hartlepool it prevented them from signing certain players. Now common and Kebe forms so the first choice of the coach. So most of the players are coach in the signing. Hey or whilst he was struggling or reaching out to people, obviously o minimum bi wa ha or you free agent or so kini manembra minimum no mamembe he no.
Tia no the okay say good coach bia no on say no record o me adwuma na menye. Oh. Because me prefer choice ni me nya. Me ni betima guas in this case bia na yentu crab blame this how.
We're not backing from the leaders. So remember the time to build this one.
Okay.
Over one thing that people normally forget. It is always difficult for a Ghanaian club to combine infrastructure with top recruitment. And here you market one. Over the cement back 200 cities. I might be wrong. Maybe in Drusa could be 100 cities.
100 yeah.
And then 100. Over. We 200,000 Ghana cities. A top player back home. We cement back to the and so we a projector. Now so decided so better splash cash. Or transfer marketer. So job back home. And it has in penny for decision say mobile project this Kabura Pobimemuno. It affected their finances during recruitment. And no crop young person can. Yantian the house for now the house planning by say in penny for this Casamo. Why were they having several meetings with players? Having. And yes, it has a broke. But at that point, they've invested a huge amount of money on infrastructure, making it difficult for them to splash 150,000. Oh, player back 200,000 because of her. So what can Sika amount for their transfer man? It came 1 million Ghana cedis in you. 1 million Ghana cedis, they are going to players 5. But if you know what they are dying. So has ended up signing players, coaching it, be sure more, justify. And of Fasadian, oh yeah, a risk. It be far from the word go. It be better bre. And Transford Mensa, coaching in about Treshen. Emma player and ball against Heart of Flowers and Sana has a signing on. Nasa Patrick Asmako and Arefi.
I remember.
Asma ko boy. Asma, one reason or the other, and a house for Casa Debbie. No more fano. And to take the House of Folk recruitment. Most of them are free agents. The coach not only the first option, but after his first, second option, then he went in for those players. In Ethiopia, or the assurance from management said, we are giving you time to build. That is the ugly side of the story.
Okay.
And to me, the catch a coach and he said, baby, he must find ways of being in the good books of most of the players. Of I know one have to folk player. On car coach wants some pada.
Happy on your bibo because we are to bench we are some people young company.
On your bibo pa. Of on your bibo pa.
Okay.
Me boni di achiro we chiro. On car coach wants some papada.
Okano say netatis one and also
talks about the training method of the coach.
Okay.
Into Watara we adwuma.
Okay.
Sans same say PPA nye. Heart of Lions team now of my building. They can easily beat House of Folk.
Because the first match, I'm going to draw now.
Oh, way.
Yeah.
And no, na. Bashire for that to bomba. When you suspend,
Bashin so.
My friend. Say, ya
Bashin so.
Say, Ebia, the choir, Ebia Diana Faso take ano. He feel that ya chinchim is a gunachi. But say, Heart of
the Bashin will do Jano be the team there.
Your man, say, Omu pretty near one. Omu no more yard, you know, make keep warm. And Oma fa mature that she say, Heart of Lands front 3. Michelle Sapon, formerly of Haas. No one Ben Nego Tete. No one Obin Junior. We a maturity away anymore. Enti, Watara when you send the next match or Sanko Kolusua, defending him will be difficult. In Penifone, Tanechi will be difficult. Into unfixing the player management, the player confusion, so that will make me a good season over.
Zach, we welcome Bidia Bra. So good evening, Mr. Host. Coach Abubakar must be sacked, and the players must also be made to sign performance contract. If they fail, their salary must be reduced. I can't eat when I remember Sunday's match. Osai Kwame Ajenim Boateng.
Yo, some performance contract at teams in the sign. For example, Manchester United o sign a contract now. Contract and say one like man lot of phone your salary so your tiso. Ronaldo had issues with that kind of but
and also Osan we no benya obetwe man so na
so Osan we
now we dey
because enti ewom say ma say no performance no it depends on intermechanical untimi say performance be how do you determine it mostly no I the omo the league standings in here enti bia per high standard no you can sign a contract say afibia no ebia moment me am top for more your salary will be reduced at this percentage. That one is allowed. So, and I think that maybe I believe the agenda say Kotoko has especially some subimbi so players no omba Kotoko has ne bia dey feel say o marriage no my relax they are not omudia grow ball no but no one baby I need to ka 500 ni e dini kitikiti obobo no ba oba Kotoko na etum 3000 4000 tina why relax no start team is be we say ball no 1 year pay after that ball no wasa meanwhile the team invested a lot of money it was a particular player in terms of transfer fee or mokoto no in the buy and maybe I want to agree with team say the Kotoko has especially should start trying to put that kind of clauses
going forward
in their contract say top for the it should be the minimum requirement. So the minimum requirement every season Kotoko has must be
because has bia be 3 seasons of relegation I say asanka
to move because players here omo some of them are on 10,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000 salaries. No, some of them more way. But just imagine say, or contract me say, some players are 10,000, 8,000, 7,000 more. And when we say if you are not able to play in the top 4, either by 30% or how many percentage salary to bet here. Baby, I dey on chiri cry say na get here. Scan me and so that. Na osaso beteso enti se deliberately and o man wa yen se o man akwadwura o kai se season end na team no ya mbotofo a market so tia come together and fight for one community. I think they may be going forward because I had too much, too many social Kotoko has but to play like na nia is ka Kotoko tia ema ibrekum for Chelsea for on amankona na nche bia enyezi kaketwa omaba kuruma ze ombo ontimbo wako na transfer fee na waste to kuruma eti omut craft no they are magicians because how they are omut transfer fees ka to twene like that no yo obetua obeba 1 year ontimbo esikwatena nche ni akofo we aba 1 year ontimbo chese but if omunim say na nshanity when they come to Kumasi baby ba so obi opa onye masem oba Kumasi ya obahu ma fefe Kumasi na watiasim yenja no watiasim
Kofi Zakitu
tino so bebre muna maka kire kura ya de enchini oba Kumasi be abi ono o discipline e bia by 7-8 o fie o reste ba oba ha
enti ene na sa hanu na ma hwani na moja no so obi ant ontimi fa ne pe no emeye no ha ti so ba no ade onyakwa no sabi opiepie ase de wo kan ya ene mo amhwe no so na ma so ma amoa no
mo amhwe no so
na me ben se de asam ko ma nkra di na eka owo brekum na fan say oda no so no oba kotoko oda enu ndu a fa mo na ye ne mpanimfo am hwe ne so
say bi so na hono na anyama obenya no hono no onye bi ho nto ba ha no obenya bebre
but still will be control until no oda no so
no but I think say message no maybe we have to start looking at it. It's a good contribution.
Okay. Danger mama yento so ye hwe club licensing board a nti ye chese Golden City Park omo se omunyintum na mo de club de na ba mo nye no ansa na ye de Elvis ye na ba beto aso ne ya hwe Samates so atere omu games ampen for abeshedo
ofa me da se me de me ne obi a o se watare anya players a ope nti na enoma nkoye me ne nya adwen emre mu no me nya akwanya me so meka me de kakra o David say ofa se me yen discuss different way nti me de
betima te ho be
because ofa and I'm sure Obed being a management member before Minister Zakitu being like wabobo no nya de anytime bia coaches edumra some year recruitment bia no ye categorize it into wo
ABC
first target
first,
which
second.
is the first one second one third one meaning some go beyond that but I'm say at least first
mostly 1 2
na say me nya we ya ebia mefa we say me nya we ya ebia mefa we offer players na kotoko according to me Obed has Messi wo mo a onya wo mo no be 2 or 3 pe no ball mu dia either they move it to another club and as they stay with their club. Most of them not travel outside. Enti na players na has benya because no players na has no more interested in traveling outside than say bobo okrum ha. Clearly obi ti say to say ye nyina enim sorry no ya kan was makaka enya adefoforo we more interested in going out than instead of Obama has.
Na Morrison have him na omunyina person
omunyina until unse ba could obo different business or he say no so on the so heart of lion so probably e bia already dey has sentiment to aka na say na bi no person obi movie so omo your first choice what about the second choice again your positions na omo pe omo no I say has obi o order that na commit my adwuma na intermediate I will not take it say coach na nya players or pentina on team perform if say no na the reason I don't think say
if so mo
me feel say has to enough quality to contest to perform to give us good football.
It's fire right
and maybe there's something more to it than say has in the you know because players now omo basake ebe share has no quality wise me nya sure so mbebro has there no so I'm not saying say basake ni quality o but from to sani Isaac the local players mu yie pa na basake players no
omo de na comfortable ma bonfia but me no mo show bia because mo no uza muslim ba league mo head answer ni players bebre mo de players na boy na ese ba
no de ka be sham
po mu wache to no hia na wo hawa
and a team building
very good
but you see ofa anopana zakeka as a senior so Ghazali how long has he stayed with Basake for him to be able to fixing up a strategy information a top notch coach like Watara ehunu so to me I will not accept that excuse when say well the players or pay there's something that is happening in the team okay Zaki can say be the rate at which coach throws away players only Kosa say akadi 6 months opeso obowie management say Kosa answer bi nka ho omo odi nkomo o say efrimiti mu Zaki we refi Kosa o say efrimiti mu elsewhere ye be mo obowie e bia ye boko na no player betima asesa na adwen na bia wato aso mi mo bia na oni player na kasa nanka ebedu bebi na bia nanka they can get the player to have a change of mind. But he threw him out under the bus.
And no need na blame coach but mpanimfo ya na sa bre no muso wen.
Of a winning. Football is such that the coach can some player ya na mpanimfo person be interfere that too much. Especially here high because yes and trophy now ya man look like as a coaches are final as far as players are concerned. In omo be in elsewhere and permit 7 minutes in Liverpool. even Klopp a man to me baby no he will not decide finally who goes in who comes out only confirm be better no maka no convince you why of full player we say German ko why player we say man but no so catch say there be ye nyina ni Mario Götze and Mohamed Salah ye nyina ni the story Klopp wanted Mario Götze at all cost on the neighbor Mpelifo no a certain Salah be betray mo Chelsea anfa won nam Barca hodomo ni nanam Roma hodomo ni ade ono na ya ni bibia wi ye fo se oba oba ya adwuma no esin Götze na wo so wonim no enti ye de neighbor de omo Klopp dem tushna on go far by na Salah and the boss Klopp man
sa de we de nyame na yi kire wo mu kana ke apprentity
and obey ni sibofo enti team no nipa enti na fe ni team no obi a wo hu bi aka hu bi na yeye
yaduru babelo bi ne pa mu nwuram mo pe ne
yeye entrance yem dojo yem fa adwene southwest no na omo interfere na team no na wucha obo woka I mean years back I kept fighting say we been to me can tell say omo me team they have no right to interfere in look honorable team inside the blessed memory what you red dressing no catch coach is a player with money mobi yes you be and the take say panka say who coach is no coach yes you no hwe yes you say you support say coach training ground you team we say we dey ball we dey Sunday see ehu no and papa so ben say obejema no wabo enti team ka say player because supporters player because omo jidi say oya adwuma no so me dem feel say obi aka hu bi ye nyina yem table no ho na ye nyina yem keka ye timo mu ni yem fa ya level say conclusion and the result anyi ye nyina nim say nyina na na amfa na say ye jama ba akofo no ye na sa amfa ofa say me dey say do because house recruitment we make me catch you emphatically say it was that about the coach and the coach and the coach
okay
every player be ordinary player be ono enti also on why more than 3 public statements say players of fire ono ne fa wo mo need the men ka the one me I disagree because no one nam ho ma wanya but the odo fa mu biara
and so you can ne choices
on
matwas
and one for we dia we expect say obama results me problem and seemingly fall out only players enya ne intentem no because
obed kaza ne
you know there's even a player I catch on obed and I say what can baby I catch on obed say coach no even though coach man bobi oba coach no nyade o say tactics nye the formation nye the training nye the bibia anye o say me tell say me catch us players na catch repen bi say coach no to go no dom ko wan ko kire hwe ti say o man tu ho na montem a o man hwe ye de asem beba ofa panyin bi ka she na no pay say coach no your local league ni there so omu jana e order semeba e bia ko mo ko Africa nanka o di omo no do ko e bia nanka ho de nko bebo wo mo so I'm saying that it's a see be the house gina no me nkase me de mentina nkase empam coach because I don't think the problem is entirely technical. I think there's more to it.
Okay.
I think somebody should be able to take the bull by the horn, delve into what is happening in House of Folk because see Boadu half season of FIA won the league. The following season, FA Cup. The following season, disaster. He has to be sacked. Coach is able to assume will be and last even the full season. Near Pamela Maneko. And this who for money look like I say coaching. Now you're not being fair to the issue.
All right, Fakakra brother, you Zach and Fakakra to us na yen focus.
Well, one of their biggest mistakes was letting go some of Boadu. One of their biggest mistakes, yeah.
So, now okay, media okay.
Boadu nya.
O kamo kasabe na team ni nyo.
Na Boadu nya no di FIFO. That was the season of the FIFO GFA Cup. That season over. Has broken face ala olusui. Na sumsum techiri. Ko ball 11 wonders. Wo lusui e wo techiman na sumsum techiri.
O ka sumsum techiri sen.
O mo ankasa nim. Ko bo RTU eno mo bo RTU on kran a bo RTU on kran a eno nkonwa si e ba ho na sunsum ta akire ti sa last be 5 matches na yes some Boadu lose ye no over obo the last 5 we need 1 lose 4
na chase ne
na sase na nya bado some matches no lose to aso no and taking out of the top 4 and we be she bechem at the FA Cup. Of a match with him in common. No, but FA Cup. Oh, yeah, the following season almost starting, you know. And no boy Diana, Ulini Kotoko, the first 3 matches. And only 2 points no more Pamon. On a Kotoko ball draw Kumase. And only a ball draw a crown or lose with Diana. Because how matches me and Sanwi. Pamon. From then, the west of Samobodu, none of the House of Full coaches and 8 me drew.
Need history, young Watara.
Watara, dear. One I put on almost so many abutre. You see why I keep on saying so many abutre? If a coach parades 7 new players, okay, it tells you a lot about the team. A lot about the team. Watara dia I said last season they took Kotoko when they started. Who time I could find the players? Time I placed in the shame. So okay, go for be justify or Kotoko last season pants and almost. Nancy Peter Akwa justify. I'm out for a few. Peter Akwa ne bena sumo you know me justify. Omo boy Peter Akwa be boy be 3 weeks. Sana Kotoko sign some so sa. And no be na house you go through. So unless they have a better coach, they believe in their soul that he can transform her to folk from their Watara area, they should let him there. Man enter last season of a Yehumbi. How started with Koopman. Oh no, one yard, one team, one team. Near the tour. They had no plan, and Kofa, a stand coach in a buy on also, but see free. And I'm Kofa Watara by Watara and D 1 year had to folk. The then I'm who I'm Kofa by. That is why you should give him the chance. It's a bro, Pierre Castle on Yardia. Mama who be with Mama Natana. And especially the fact that this is a new team. Has team here that screen is an offer. Richard Atako. The other screen is this has to folk against R2. Last season, match day 1. Yenye Juman. Richard Atako. Kakeri da so ho. Ampedu ewo ho. Utanga enye bimbo. Utanga ko. Kashala ko. Agbesima ko. Levicious Atako. Dennis Kosa ko. Eric Eso ko. The same fin we na as a family sukaka. Between Levicious Ata and Dennis Kosa.
Enye Befi na.
Enye Befi.
Enye Befi.
No, Befi de menu. We guy with dear. I'm sure say be our bunch. Cause mu kakari. And it's our team here that screen is to say.
No me uniform. The same team. Kakari mo.
When our full and ponsa. And I win Isaac Frimpong. Cause minimize Isaac Frimpong near Coco. And your Frimpong. Until you the things escape mukaka. But for the point I'm trying to make is that sad team where Omobo match the one man had to folk last season of a squad near Dahono. Oh, squad near Dahono. I ball match the one. About 7 any team no be.
George say we are able to say how many players na Kotoko use here on first match him.
See this is where the difference comes.
And then money difference.
Kotoko started early.
Oh,
they had their targets. Over Kotoko starting term they had their targets. Yenya Muhammad Kamara was recommended by Amos Frimpong. They started talking to him before the season of what I say. Make one meeting when Ogum wanted 2 goalkeepers. And I'm saying they will give him one for Tawno. Will convince you of mom the be third choice.
I will say do
no. It's when Benasari na Kotoko I say yen tise Kotoko active or boy no. Even Andrew Sousu yen tise Kotoko active. Make I say people are linking him and Okobi. Mbe story say man Okobi nko Kotoko story and na CEO no kra I think say okra na ne kasa okaso da bi Kobi de Kotoko mba ho. No mo nim say omo ko form camera ba. Of what I say Samba ne ablo Ogum hwe Samba for 3 years. So Ogum had his target. A smart one and buy. Akwesi apia. No I how many years. One not your camp aye training na and not ton crack ba say. Kotoko pamu players ye enyo pamu an it is obi free Sudan eba. So the first choice of Kotoko majority of them are munyai.
first and second you say I na ben nti when na first or second na kaya bibi o
no correct but time be na o say nya player no over time be
yeah mo anya kwaya anye make as pre-season sa
has players na o nya no oban camp for 1 month everybody come if you follow the transfer oman me and 1 month then compare that to Kotoko Kotoko no mo pay man wo bo ahen Nations FC player no over anya ye na o mo twa foreign day yeti an say Kotoko eduru brekum Chelsea so mo pelo da mo so my point
Nations defender na oni striker na if Nations score has no okay and now you can say Watara ye ne first choice center backs on ka ho ba oka players onya wo ntem no ho meboa look Hamza is an issue there Hamadu is me do want me ntase da because Ubekai say coach ba ko ka say we ne Romaru so
Ivan Sadomako
coach bi ka say we ne Romaru meboa na coach ni complain say Hamza pra na ha na dwen sa coach ni pam no mani call you Hamza comes in and he started doing well coach we buy all of a sudden Hamza drop his half a crowd was changing the position as and then he is almost dropping Hamza as a starter in his team he's almost dropping him because will be playing in another match on man start here because when the friendly match is not boy ni nyina na clearly ku see Kevin be enyesta ono kasa so ka ho bi
mo bere nwie na me Zach mfam nwie say
over the meme kan nyina na say if you compare Kotoko and Haas transfer okay time our Tara na be kan so yen pamu bebre no yen nyina wa Haas be season players no be pamu no omo sam e bi mu bo match foforo to give them another chance Kotoko were radical because that Kotoko sunya die fi last season ye late transfer when the players am man campon them and of anya dey to Kotoko last season ogum na excuses ni na nya sa na net here enti we Kotoko ball league we Sunday ni Tuesday no apamo 11 players Wednesday not the 7 account na 18 no started toba and anya sa na Kotoko ye enti whilst we say there be Kotoko nya abotre no mo nim baby o mu free ba and am o resource enti Kotoko so operaza Kasim o na kasa over o ma send the contract man boy who is Razak Kasim Kotoko ko Germany no now the passport number shall list Kotoko de ko Germany no yes I'm telling you because no am assurance the passport number no the contract they send in the can list no
okay
no yes so twetwe na asia yes Kotoko ko Lagos cities papa no matua no mafa enti Kotoko players no say wo show mo about 4 top matches enya da kwaja ache de na make de Mediama Go Stars Vision FC Hohoi it's a Division 1 team and we are on a venue they had majority of their players so mobo Wisdom Bassi no balance last player no ban once got ko Karela no count no can squad dentia ye bisa ogum say onyandu state already obey introduce with team that tells you what happens if players join the team late.
Zach for me or say her supporters who were saying or replying promise Paul's crew like talking about has negatives new and now have all gone quiet after match day 1. Zach
unse even them difference in Wumka is for example Kotoko started 4 players from last season.
First match now they came.
First match I'm going 4 players started. Jamina in team Baba Yaya and Peter Amidu. This 4 started last season no more. Has lineup only 1 player from last season. That is Kakari. So in Tanya you could see say the has problem no so. Now what's a sono? I'm say I've said it and I'll repeat me I say I know Kroma say no o kan no crache nipa no nan ayo say o wumu na o tan no and you catch up say the house didn't know what they were doing in the transfer window no more like they were clueless in terms of what to do nti wo bɛkae sɛ wopɛ sɛ ohu sɛ na ɔmu nim deɛ ɔmo yɛ a time a kɔtɔkɔ ɛyɛ ɔmo saki players no ana obi afi sɛ ɛnyɛ kwan papa so but na ɔmo sɛ ɛno ana ɔmo yɛ no ɛna Benji Obama guy boy no okoye ne okoye do Angela family Benji the Flowman okoye watara interview na say kotoko pa de omu yi ono de onye sa de mi da and the modern day football pa na professional team o 20 something players wo yomu nya nko de ono watara onye bi da. And for him to turn back and do worse, say not only plan B for the transfer window. And they say, I say,
abuse no nya na adwen bia afri ba bi na man pampam za players no.
Say no, say na tese onu no no. Because as a coach there, what boss season we. And yes say bia oba ball. Say on the boss can match na. Yeah. For you to play that number of games, team HSA players now not our team and you can best assess who to stay and who not to stay. Oh, now see there be metna your quality players. You can grab the barrier. So there was no clear plan in place to attack the transfer window. Ask ebi asend Obedeka Kotoko. At least for Kotoko. Near him say Jamu ni. Okay, say Omo has match have to be postponed because no Kotoko ni players. They were clear say Unsenka some journalists which are including me Eka Senka 1 week the other Kotoko has match every week. Players it became serious issue that we discuss here. Say I don't know Oman say 1 week there ubo we no pam players no kotoko se chinchina da bi omodie say match no e bonu de benu omodie ya pam omo nti na say ye twi match no ko enim kakra for kotoko to get players to add and be able to play against House of Folk when at least a team that at least our knowledge of what the oil. But if we the issue has now, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know the player they want. Otuwa mo ti say we are free we ko yes yepe. Yeah, yes yepe. Ya wa fe dey say bebi boya na kotoko pen oko sare peso osu afi say has yepe. Omo to wa yeti ya say Edok Morrison kotoko so mo pen no afi yepe. Wan bi just say if you are Tanzania ba afeni say okra yepe na omuti there was no list abia omutuwa no omuti say oh Clementino woni bo papa yepe omutuwa hey same onimgo shebuita yepe bafowa yepe sao
0536 161 607 0201 941 461. Quadruple Prase, the coach knows he can't do the work, so he wants to be sacked and get compensation. Okay. Ade Emmanuel, a message. Facebook Ebaye. Good evening.
Good evening.
Minya, ya no ma deso ka crowding.
Ya me ga kuntu.
O me yan kwai.
Ya asamate ni ka ke. Ma pa mo ye. Edema masinga. Ya ko to sports na me da o ma se.